when is a Midwest take coin gonna come out? When is
Meme coin.
when do we start our Midwest take coin? Like what's gonna be like the main appeal? Like when are we gonna pump and dump?
I don't know, but
You don't know when we're gonna Midwest take coin coming soon to a blockchain near you.
yeah, with a Hawk to a
What?
collab.
Yeah, maybe collab with the Hawk Tua girl and get a collab going on, and we'll go from there. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Midwest Take. And ho ho
Merry
ho!
Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas!
Christmas, Midwest takers.
Yes, today is the Christmas episode. I hope everyone is having a great day of Christmas. You know what? It's actually kind of crazy how we record these episodes, because we're either right on the holiday. Like this year, it worked out so well. Um, we have basically recorded these episodes because it works out so perfect, and released these episodes right before or on the day of like major holidays.
Yeah, that's true. It worked
So
out great this
yeah,
year.
on like Thanksgiving, we released it right before Thanksgiving, so it worked out really well. And then this year, I think Christmas is on a Wednesday, so it'll work out as a great wake up call to listen to the Midwest Takeaways. Everyone's gonna be at home. Everyone's gonna be having tons of presents underneath the tree. Hopefully you've been a great person this year. I
Santa.
know if you're listening to this podcast, you're some of the best people out there. We appreciate the heck out of you. And you guys are definitely on Santa's nice list. Are you on Santa's nice list, Josh?
I hope so.
You hope so? What do you want for Christmas?
I'm still. I always wanted the boxing ring, like
The
the little
boxing
toy
ring.
boxing ring with the like toy boxer figures. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, you wanted the sock'em pop? No.
No, no, like the actual. Remember, like the raw one. It was like the raw little like cage, and it like had the
Oh.
bounce to it with the ring,
Oh, I
and it
see.
had like the muscular boxer figures.
See, I thought you were talking about
Not the
the
rock'em
fighting
sock'em.
the fighting robots or
No,
whatever.
not that.
Oh no, I used to play those all the time as a kid. I'd
No,
go
but
to my grandparents and they would have them, and I'd be mashing. I'd be mashing against my cousins, just trying to beat up their robot guy. I would always hit him with the 1-2, the 1-2, 1-2. Always work out
God.
pretty well. Um, God, I love Christmas. This time of year, something just kind of awakens in you a little bit.
Yeah, the finally the music, you're not like totally annoyed with Christmas music. You like listen to
Yeah,
it.
and I
As
don't
long
I
as
don't
it's not Mariah Carey.
I don't mind Christmas music. Well, I just recently went out with my dad. My dad and we went hunting the other day, and when it comes around this time, he is a solo, only listen to the radio kind of guy. He doesn't.
Plug his phone in or
No, he
anything.
doesn't plug his phone in. He doesn't listen to anything. Maybe he does it when I'm not in the car. I don't know for sure. But for most part, when I'm with my dad, he just listens to the radio the whole entire time. I don't know how he does it. It must just be the old school into him, only listening to the radio. Um, but he would just put on Christmas music the whole entire time. We were just listening to just straight Christmas music for uh, all the whole entire time we were out hunting, which was probably only in total, like in the car. I'd say we were in the car for like 4 hours driving and doing all that. Yeah, we had to have been out in the car for maybe 4 or 5 hours.
You're listening to Christmas music?
Yeah, we were listening to Christmas music the whole entire time because when we went on Saturday. Uh, so we could have listened to like a college football game, but there was not no teams that we were really rooting for. So it's kind of hard to listen to like radio broadcast of teams that you aren't really interested in. If it was like Iowa playing, of course I'd be
Well,
listening to
yeah.
that game all the time. If it was like Nebraska playing, yeah, I'd listen to it too. Um, but like when you have like Ohio State, Ohio State, like Alabama, Tennessee. I don't really care. Don't really
No.
care to listen to any of that.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
It's just not very interested. So we tuned in for a little bit, but we're like, we don't.
Listen to some music.
We're not really invested.
Yeah.
We're not really invested into the storyline. So yeah, we just listened to Christmas music the whole entire time.
I don't mind Christmas music,
And no, I think Christmas
especially
music
like the
rocks.
Sinatra, Nat King Cole. Like I like the older
Yeah,
stuff.
Christmas music will always be old.
I like the older ones.
It'll always be those will always be the best versions of the Christmas music in my head. Like the Sinatras, like you said, just like that 50s and 60s early Christmas music will always be like
Like
the
Is
staple
there
to
like a
listen to.
Bing Crosby or something like that? Didn't he sing some old Christmas music?
I don't remember. There's so many of those old guys. I don't even know their names to be honest,
Oh,
but
I like the
they sing really good.
I like the Beach Boys one.
The Beach
Little
Boys.
Saint Nick,
Oh
it's
yeah,
the little Saint Nick.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Did Elvis ever come out with
I was
Christmas?
just thinking that. I
I
think
think
he
he
did
did.
do some like slow Christmas covers.
He definitely. I'd say every band, if you have like notoriety, like did the Beatles ever do Christmas
Yeah,
music?
I'm pretty sure.
They
If it
had to
wasn't
have.
the Beatles, it was definitely McCartney.
Yeah,
Because
that's
then the one where
true.
he's like, "Very Merry Christmas and a
What
Happy New
is
Year."
that him? I don't
That
remember.
sounds like John. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to piss anybody off. But
John Legend.
no, John Lennon.
No, John Lennon.
I swear there's something
That
with
sounds
either.
like Yuki Ono.
I think there's like one with either Paul McCartney or John Lennon.
There probably is. I don't really remember. They just kind of all meld into one person at a certain time. But
I just picture if the Beach Boys are singing Christmas songs,
did
the
you
Beatles are
think
probably singing
there
Christmas
was a
songs.
big controversy a few years back about "Baby It's Cold Outside"?
Oh,
Um,
that he's trying to get her to
yeah,
stay and being a
well, and that
creep.
he's like maybe it's a little like he might be putting something in her drink too. It was
Oh yeah.
yeah, there was a lot of. So I was talking to my dad about that song, and my dad, God, I love the guy, but sometimes what he says, baby, it's cold outside. It's coming on, and I'm like, all right, this song's pretty good. Like I actually like baby, it's cold outside, even though the implications are kind of a little suspect.
I hear you.
And so my dad, he says to me after the song, he's like, "Hey, didn't like a few years back, didn't you say they tried to take this song off the radio because of like the implication?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, they did, but then they failed because they're like, yeah, that's
There's no
dumb.
merit to it.
No, there's no merit to it. Like it's a Christmas song, kinda. Not really. Is it really a Christmas song?
It
Like it's
is it
played
is a
during
Christmas
Christmas.
song, but
Like
I'm not sure exactly which part of it
it's just
has to do
cold.
with Christmas.
It's just
It's
cold.
like a
Like
winter
there's
song.
just yeah, there's just a lot of snow outside and like he's just trying to coax. There's not
Well,
really Christmas
even like
mentioned.
an Elf, they they sing that. Like Zoe Deschanel sings
Was
that.
that the shower scene?
Yeah, she's singing
The
"Baby It's Cold
shower
Outside."
scene. What a God, what a great movie.
Yeah, we were just watching it.
But yeah, so he's like, yeah, weren't you telling me that? I'm like, yeah, they failed. What didn't really work out. He's just like, oh, well, but that's just kind of how it was done back in the day.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, so he's like, my dad was just like, yeah, you had to do a little bit of schmoozing back in the
He's a
day.
little coy about it.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that one,
Like,
man.
Dad, maybe don't say
I'm
that.
not. No, I don't know about that one, Dad. And he's just like, oh, but that's how it was done. I'm like, Dad, I'm gonna be honest with you. No, the song does not sound very good. Like when you think about all the implications.
Well, I would just say you don't go around saying that to people in this day and age.
Yeah, yeah. Which will a lot of people. I feel like the people that complain about that song, um,
I feel like you
I
have
feel like
nothing.
that's a specific kind of people were, because of course songs about possible
I just
the implications of that song, it's bad.
I don't mean to
It's bad.
offend anybody, but I just do you have anything better to do with your time?
Exactly.
I mean, if you're just looking for songs that came out in a different era
Right. Yeah,
where
they
they
came
said
out
controversial things.
in a different time. It was a different era. Um, it just like it just like I say like a polarizing figure like Kanye West. Like Kanye West coming out absolute bangers his whole entire lifetime, and then he started becoming a little bit more of a polarizing figure with saying racially charged things, saying he's God, doing off the cuff stuff. But it's kind of like you have to look past the artist and appreciate the work,
Right,
separate
right,
artist from work, you know.
right. Yeah, I hear
And
you on that.
that's how I feel with Baby It's Cold Outside. I don't think I think it's a non-issue.
I don't think
Like
they meant anything bad
I
by
think
it.
it can stay in our Christmas rotation. I think people just had that a little bit too much up in their system.
I think the guy was just concerned for safety.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, we'll say that. Well, we'll keep it at that. What iconic Christmas song do you like the most?
Um,
What's your favorite? Like, what's like the one to listen to that you're just like it's Christmas time? Yeah,
oh,
boy.
the one with the lady voice. It's like jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Did you know she was like 13 when she sang that song?
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's like 87 now.
Wow.
She just celebrated her birthday this year. She was like 13 when she sang that song back in like the
Do you
50s.
like the Jackson 5 covers that they play on the radio all the time?
Oh, yeah. I think I always liked my favorite song.
Like Michael singing Santa Claus is coming to town.
I'm a sucker
Oh yeah.
sucker for the Michael Bublé.
Oh yeah, Michael Bublé
Michael
definitely.
Bublé absolutely slays it when it comes to Christmas music. I think just his voice is just super, like silky smooth, kind of in that Sinatra kind of esque, um, but for more modern day,
Oh,
audiences.
dude, you know who
What?
would be really good singing like Christmas songs?
Uh,
Seth MacFarlane.
I was about to say. Does he? Has he?
Well, he was in that movie Sing, and his voice is
He
like
wasn't saying.
his voice is really similar to Sinatra's.
I know he's featured in a lot of songs.
Like he's got that deep classical voice, like
Yeah, he's got that Sinatra kind of voice.
Sinatra-esque.
He definitely would be. He would be good. Are they? Did you ever listen to the the Kelseys, Travis Kelsey and Jason Kelsey's Christmas album?
No.
Yeah, they came out with the Christmas
Oh
album last
boy.
year. I've not listened to it. I have not. But I know they were recording it. If it released yet, I don't remember.
I feel like we would have heard if it had.
Maybe, or it just silently released. It's kind of like their podcast too. They don't really. They have a big following, but you don't really hear much about it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they silently released their Christmas album like right now. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, but Michael Bublé sings some amazing covers
Got a great
of
voice.
some songs. If we're going like classic, um, Let It Snow.
And you like Let It
Let It
Snow?
Snow would be probably my favorite. Like
Okay.
to kind of get me into the
It's a
mood
good
for
one.
Christmas. For Christmas. I guess this episode's gonna be more laid back. We don't really have like a topic for this week, but it is Christmas, so let's kind of go off of that.
Merry
So
Christmas and Happy Hanukkah if you
yeah, happy Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
Um, happy get KFC Day in Japan. They don't celebrate Christmas. They get KFC in Japan.
Okay.
They love KFC. They love the Colonel. The Colonel's
Colonel's fried chicken.
they love the Colonel's fried chicken.
Hey,
Do you think Christmas is like a is Christmas? I think more nowadays Christmas is an everywhere kind of deal, even though it does derive mainly from the Christian faith. Like, in order for you to like the places that celebrate heavily Christmas are more Christian places. Um, but like places like other countries in like Asia, where they follow like Hinduism, Sikhism, all
They
that
probably don't
stuff.
celebrate Christmas, do they?
No, but I think it's still a concept that people
Probably like
really
maybe the
like the
gifts part,
idea. I think
trees and
people like
gifts.
the idea of. I think people love the idea of Christmas. So I think Christmas has been more commercialized nowadays, where it is a world like
A lot of places.
celebrated
I've heard
holiday.
I've heard they celebrate Christmas in China.
Yeah, I could. I think they like more the Chinese New Year. The Chinese New
Oh
Year.
yeah.
I think it's Year of the Snake. Year of the
Oh,
Snake this year.
nice.
Yeah, Year of the
Hey,
Snake.
can I ask you something?
What's up?
Um, so you listen to Christmas music on the radio. I'm sorry to bring it back up, but
Sure.
where does Charlie Brown fit into that? Like line
Bam,
the
bam, bam, bam,
yeah,
bam, bam,
Linus. It's
bam,
called
bam,
Linus
bam,
and Lucy is the
bam.
intro, and it's
Yeah.
like okay, yeah, I get there's like the Christmas one, which is awesome. I think it's great. Like the
Uh,
holiday specials,
uh,
Charlie Brown. It's awesome. I just think it's funny that they play the Charlie Brown theme song when they're playing Christmas music.
I like it. I like it. I think Charlie Brown.
No, I don't. Nothing
You know,
wrong with
a
that. I
Charlie
just think
Brown
it's funny,
Christmas special is very iconic.
especially
Um,
Linus when he.
yeah, they don't have, the song doesn't have lyrics. I mean, same with like uh what's like the big because not every Christmas song does have lyrics. What's like the big dun 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 dun, dun what's that one called?
Oh.
It's something grand,
Oh, that's not
whatever.
like. Oh God.
You hear like a
I can imagine
like orchestral
the
rendition of it just played on the radio
the
all
Trans
times.
Siberian Orchestra playing it or something, but
Yeah.
na 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 na
I don't
na
remember what
na
it's
na na
called. Is it called?
na 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 na
Shoot, it's
na
called
na.
something. But like in the same vein as that, yeah, I think hearing Charlie Brown, the Christmas
I
song
like
on
it. I
there,
think it's funny.
yeah, I think it's super funny. It's a good callback. It reminds you of the Charlie Brown Christmas special, which is
That is true.
which is great. So I like that it's on the radio. Um, I don't really see anything weird about it per se.
I just find it funny. I was thinking about that because it's just kind of coincides with Christmas, even though
Yeah.
they have the Great Pumpkin special, they have the Easter Beagle special,
Well, and that
they have
all
the Christmas one.
yeah, that all corresponds with their holidays. Yeah, especially like the Thanksgiving special. Like
See, I don't remember the Thanksgiving one very well.
that's always played every single
The
Thanksgiving.
Easter one's pretty funny.
I don't think I ever watched Easter one.
Oh, the one girl, Peppermint Patty,
Yeah.
tries to teach her friend how to boil eggs to
Uh,
decorate, and her friend just keeps doing everything wrong.
no,
She
really.
like scrambles the eggs.
Mm,
She cooks them over easy. She poaches them, and she's like, "Oh my goodness."
what's your favorite egg? What do you prefer? What's like
Uh,
your
I
ideal?
like them over easy. I like them a little runny in the
Like
middle.
them over easy.
I like
I
to dip
also
the
like
bread
them.
in them.
I like yeah. The best thing to do would be like to make like a sandwich, like a ham sandwich or whatever.
I'll have a little runny egg.
My dad used to do it all the time. He would always make like ham sandwiches, and then yeah, he would take an over easy egg and then place it on the sandwich, and then you'd put the bread on top, and then you just start devouring the sandwich. You get all the yolk just dripping from the
Oh,
sandwich
dude.
out onto the plate. And then when you get to the end of the sandwich or halfway through the
Just
sandwich,
take another piece
you
of
would
bread.
you would just take the I would just take the sandwich that I had, and then I would
Dip
just
it. Oh
start
yeah, you gotta get every drop.
I would just
Every
start
drop of that yolk.
slurping it up. It's just like at a Red Robin,
That dude,
same way.
the brunch burgers, man. Oh my god, I love the
Oh man,
brunch burgers.
brunch burgers are
Over easy egg.
phenomenal.
Oh man, I love brunch burgers.
Phenomenal. I like scrambled eggs. I've always had like scrambled eggs my whole entire life. If I go to a restaurant, I usually get scrambled eggs.
I like to doctor them up. Throw some milk and cheese in there.
I've heard poached eggs are very good.
I've never had a poached egg.
Me
So you just
neither.
crack it open and drop it into boiling water.
Yeah, there's a little bit. There's
Oh, I think you have to take the egg white.
there's
Out,
something
right?
about it. I don't remember exactly the process, but apparently places that can make a really good poached egg, those places are legit. It's kind of more fancy. Poached eggs are a little bit more
I
fancier
feel like they have some
places.
kind of mold, like a metal mold that they have
Uh,
the egg in or something, and they put
I
it in the
think
water.
I have an image in my head of what you're saying.
Like I bet they have like a ladle with a mold, and they like put it in there, and so they have like a perfect round poached egg.
I've always liked hard boiled eggs.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Salt
Like
them up.
or like deviled eggs. Oh my god.
Yeah, devil eggs are decent.
Deviled eggs. My great grandmother mother used to make them all the time. She would always every single this would be around Christmas time actually. Coincides pretty well. She would always make deviled eggs every single year, and her deviled eggs were phenomenal. She was making them all the way up until she was like 97 maybe, and then she slowly started to decline. She's still going strong, still going strong nowadays. She's a little hard to talk to, just because she can't hear you. It's very sad, but she will be 103 this year.
Holy smoke!
She is a old bird, but
Let's
I'm
see.
hoping she will be the oldest person alive. That's
See
my
now,
hope.
picture everything that she has gone through in 103 years.
Oh yeah.
Because you're talking, she was born during the Depression.
Yep.
She went. She was probably 20 during World War II.
Yep.
She. What else? There's the Korean War.
Well,
And there was the.
and then she witnessed a moon landing. Witnessed a moon
Actually,
landing.
she was a kid during the Great Depression because she was a.
Yeah, she would have been a kid. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she
Yeah.
actually lived through the Dust Bowl.
Yeah, she lived through it
But
all.
yeah, the moon landing in
Yeah,
'69.
moon landing
Or not,
'69.
69.
Yeah, '69. Yeah, she
The
would have.
Kennedy assassination.
And then
Nam.
she would have went through basically the aftermath of World War One.
Yeah, that's true. When she was a
Of
little
all
kid.
that stuff. Yeah, World War II.
She was alive for about every war.
she went through a lot of predominant American wars.
How about like the technology age, like the black and
Um,
white TV to colored TV
yeah, and
to
then
the
like
World Wide Web,
typewriters, the radio,
cell phones?
yeah, cell phones,
I mean,
man.
just imagine someone that was born in the 1920s. Like, what the
Y-
hell, a cell phone?
Yeah. I think a lot of those, especially being born into the Depression, are really kind of shaped how she is nowadays. Because like in her 90s, she's been the same person ever since I've known her, of course, and which is crazy because she would have been 70 when I was born.
Holy
She would have been
smokes.
70 when I was born, which is wild to think. I'm like, damn, that's that's no. She would have been eight. Well, yeah, she would have been tail end of 70, so she would have been going into her 80s when I was born. I'm 25, so she would have been 80 now, or eight. Like she would have been 78, 70, 77 maybe when I was 77 I think,
Oh, okay.
and when I was born, which is wild. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Um, Yeah, we used to every single year for uh for Christmas we used to go up on Christmas Day and go up to Sioux Falls, and we would go we'd have like a family get together because it's where a point where all of us it was an easy point for us to all meet at
Okay.
every single year. So we used to go up there and we'd have a big old family get together and we'd see all of our cousins on that side. It was always a good time. And then ever since COVID, COVID really messed up a lot of that kind of rhythm
Right.
because
Yeah.
we did it
COVID
for
messed
every
up a
single
lot of
year.
stuff.
And then yeah, it kind of shut down a lot of that stuff. And then ever since
Can you
2020, we stopped
can
doing
you
it.
believe it's been 4 years since 2020, and we're still talking about COVID?
I think we're going to be talking about COVID for a long time. We're going to be talking about a long time because it's just like how people talked about the recession back in like 2009.
08, 09.
Yeah, '09, '09 recession. I think people will be talking about it for a lot longer than that,
Well,
probably.
we haven't really had another recession, like a full-on recession.
That's true. That's true. But I think people are more talking about more pandemics, like especially how the impact of that, how that was. I think people would be talking about that for a long time coming, because people like nowadays we'll reference back to, oh yeah, back
Time
before
we had,
COVID,
yeah, before
you
COVID.
know, like
Walmart was open 24 hours.
right,
Hy-Vee was open 24
right.
hours.
I think a lot of people would be doing that. So yeah, I miss that. I miss seeing all my cousins. We try to do a get together every single year, but it's hard, especially nowadays with people
When you're getting older,
doing more and more in life now.
people got families and they're
Yeah,
living
because
farther away.
we were just kids. We had nothing else to do.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
now when you start adding more family members on,
And some people do their
you
own
get
thing.
busier and busier, and it's hard to orchestrate everyone coming together, which is kind of a shame.
Yeah, that's
Kind of a
true.
shame nowadays. But what would you say your favorite Christmas memory was? Because I have a whole handful. I
Um,
want to say.
there was like 2 or 3 years in a row where on Christmas, me and my dad left the family get together and we went to the Japanese steakhouse and we ate they had the chef in there that was like do all the fancy stuff with the knives and the spatulas and all that and
Did you guys quite literally pull like a Christmas story on your family?
I don't know, it was the only place open.
Were you Ralphie in that situation?
This is the only place that was open was the Japanese steakhouse. So me and my dad we just go sneak over there and we get some filet
A little fra
mignon.
ra 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 ra.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, we get some filet, some
That's
chicken, some
crazy.
shrimp.
You guys snuck away and went to go
Well, yeah,
to
because
the
my mom would always spend the night
Japanese.
at my grandma's, and my brother and sister would stay with them. So we'd head out and we'd stop at Japanese steakhouse and get
Really?
some filet mignon.
And you guys did that for 3 years?
2 or 3 years in a
Two
row.
or 3 years?
And we
That's
found out there's only 2 places that were open on Christmas.
how recent was this?
I was a kid.
Oh, you were
It
a
was a long
kid?
time
Oh,
ago.
oh, okay, okay. I'm about to say, I'm like, what's this
There's
recent?
only 2 places that were open on Christmas: Japanese Steakhouse and Boss's Pizza.
Oh, Boss's Pizza.
Yeah, they're not open anymore.
Yeah,
here.
I don't even
They're
remember
in Sioux
that.
Falls now. I think.
I was I was too young for that one, I guess. Um, I remember around this area had I was told there was like a Five Guys here at one point,
There was a Five Guys.
and
They
then
said
that
it
got
was
canned.
not busy enough.
I don't remember that at
They
all.
said it wasn't busy enough.
I think a Five Guys here nowadays would thrive.
It was actually right by where Firehouse Subs is.
Oh,
In that little strip
it was in
mall.
that little strip mall.
I want to
Oh,
say is where the AT&T store is now.
oh really?
One of those.
I would say if they brought it back, it would do gangbusters nowadays. Cause
Five
recently you
Guys
guys
is
got
good.
a new food
Freddy's.
establishment down kind of in that area, and that place is popping off.
What? Freddy's?
Freddy's, yeah,
I ate there once. It's all right.
yeah. They're like in the same vein as like Culver's.
Yeah, that's probably the issue. Is they're just
Yeah.
like Culver's.
Yeah, and yet they're just as busy.
Yeah.
They're just as busy. What it's crazy around this area, the downfall of Popeyes.
I don't think I've ever ate
You
at
never went to Popeyes, so I went there. I think
I'm
I went
just
there
not a fan.
twice because they when they opened in this area, it was a big deal.
I
big
knew it
deal.
wasn't gonna work out that way.
There was lines of cars, circling around the building like for a solid few weeks, and then the hype kind of died down. And now you look over at Popeyes nowadays, and there's just zero. There's no one there. I drive past that Popeyes. There's no one there. I'm like, what happened? I'm like, did no one go to Popeyes? People like Chick-fil-A a lot better.
Yeah, I think so.
I think people go crazier for Chick-fil-A.
I think they're putting another one in.
That'd be amazing, actually. That'd work out great for
I thought
you
they're
guys.
putting another one in.
That'd be awesome. Same with
Maybe I'm
like
wrong.
adding a Canes too. I think
I
that'd-
heard they're gonna do that too. They haven't yet.
Slow on the times we are over here. Slow on the
Nobody
times.
wants to put places in here.
Slow on the times. No one thinks it's very profitable over here. But I think it would do great. I was just talking to my grandmother today about your idea about adding more sweet places, like places that serve nighttime sweets,
Oh yeah, like an
like a
insomnia
cookie place, like an insomnia cookie.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Oh my lord! I got to
Would
thinking
be
about that
amazing.
more and more today, and I'm like, oh man, that'd be awesome downtown. Get like an insomnia cookie. I think it'd do really good numbers.
I would go.
Oh,
I think that would be better than late night Perkins.
Oh,
Way better. I'd just rather go get a
way
cookie.
better.
I don't want a whole meal.
I kind of wish when we stopped at Perkins that night, I kind of wish we just went and got a slice of pie and then out the door we went.
Yeah, I know. It's
I
maybe,
just kinda
maybe like an
wanted to go.
hour in, we should have been like, have you guys made the food yet? Like, maybe we'll just cancel.
Yeah, we'll just take a whole pie as compensation and just out the door we went. quite literally at that Perkins experience, we watched people. We sat down, and then we were seeing more people getting also sat down after us, and then
Watching them leave while we were still waiting.
watching them leave as we are dedicated to the cause an hour in. It was just like we should have did the same exact thing, but we got our food in the end. Like whatever, uh,
For real.
serves us right going to late night Perkins.
Yeah.
But I'm still flustered about the Perkins. Still flustered.
Weeks later,
Um,
yeah.
but no, this is Christmas time. Christmas time. We're supposed to be jolly, Joshua. We're supposed to be
I'm
bringing up
really
some
jolly.
Christmas cheer. Mariah Carey, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Um, so that would be your favorite memory from
Yeah,
Christmas was sneaking
Japanese
out and getting some
steakhouse.
stuff. What were you not satisfied with your?
Well, you gotta have supper. We'd have like early lunch at noon.
Oh, you guys didn't have supper?
We always eat at noon
Oh,
for
why?
Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's just what they do.
Oh, new Thanksgiving makes sense, but like
Christmas,
Christmas,
yeah, it's at
I feel
noon.
like you have. Oh, but this would be Christmas Day, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense actually. Because I was thinking like Christmas Eve. I'm like usually Christmas Eve it's like a later kind of deal where you.
Usually have like
Do you ever do
lunch meat.
Christmas Eve?
I've done like with people where they do like lunch meat sandwiches on Christmas Eve
Okay.
and like little stuff like just meat and
Yeah,
cheese
like hors
trays.
d'oeuvres, kinda a little bit.
Yeah. My
I would
mom.
always separate between grandparents. Christmas Eve, they'd give me Christmas Eve, and then I go to another grandparents' Christmas Day.
We do
So,
have a new tradition with my parents. The last couple years, my mom on Friday, or not Friday, on Christmas Eve, has made cheeseburger soup because we had that a lot when we were kids. This
oh,
cheeseburger soup recipe. So I told her, well, make that for Christmas Eve. So that's what
ooh,
we've been having the last couple years. I might have her make that again,
that
hopefully.
that sounds phenomenal. I could go for some. My favorite part about Christmas is the Christmas baking. I don't bake.
My wife's mom overbakes. She makes a lot of stuff, and we get a lot of it.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's true.
Sounds good to me.
That's
Which
true.
you're gonna have to bring some
She's already
down.
making them.
You're gonna have to bring some down when. Why make them so early? Like I know we're gonna release
You
this on
gotta build
Christmas,
up to
but
it. You
like,
gotta build up to it. You gotta have them start working on 'em.
sure, but wouldn't they get like all stale at some point? Like
They're good for a while.
we're still a little bit out from Christmas, so I mean,
When we lived with our parents, we were eating Christmas
Ye-
sweets for like a month after.
yeah, that's a danger. That's a dangerous one. Gonna have to bring some Christmas sweets down for me, Josh.
She'll probably make you a box if we ask.
Maybe, maybe. Yeah, I'm always a big fan of like the Christmas baking. My favorite would always be my grandma would make peanut butter cookies every single year. They would have like a little chocolate
Oh,
star
the
in the middle of them.
blossoms.
What you call them?
Oh, when we do them, we call them peanut butter blossoms. We put a Hershey's Kiss on
We
top.
just call them peanut butter cookies or whatever. Yeah, we put a star of chocolate on them,
Oh,
and then
yeah, those are always good.
yeah, and then we make like coconut joys as well. It'd
Oh.
just be shredded up coconut and then like a chocolate drizzle on top. We'd make like pretzel. We made some pretzels with a white and chocolate Hershey's Kiss and like an M&M smashing on top
Oh
of it.
yeah.
Those are always pretty good. I would always do puff corn every single year,
Oh, okay.
like with
Yeah.
almond bark and white chocolate and puff corn.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah. That stuff we call that stuff Christmas crack for a reason. Uh, because it is very addicting to eat. It just melts in your mouth right away, and I make it every single year. That's my one contribution
about. Hey,
to the whole baking cycle, and that's all I need.
my favorite is pretty simple.
What's that?
You take Ritz crackers, you
Okay.
put peanut butter between them, so you got a little sandwich.
Sure.
You melt chocolate almond bark.
Oh,
You
and then you
dip it
dip
in
them.
there. You get those peanut butter chocolate
Oh,
covered Ritz cracker things.
God,
I could eat those all. I used to eat like probably 50 of those
those sound
every Christmas.
amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Those sound really, really good.
But my mom always did it with chocolate. Her mom does it like one. She'll take a whole thing of chocolate almond bark and then she'll do like a half of white almond bark and mix
Oh, yeah.
it. So you get a
That's
little bit of that.
the white chocolate sounds really good.
Yeah, so you mix it in there and it gets a little white chocolate flavor into the into the
Oh,
peanut
she
butter.
would mix the barks together?
Yeah, she'd do like a whole
Oh.
chocolate and then like maybe a third or a half of a white one, mix it all together, melt it.
Oh, I see.
Gives a little more flavor in the
Yeah,
chocolate.
yeah. That sounds like a little bit of a mixture to try to.
So then I got used to
That sounds
those. So
really
then when
good.
my mom made them, I was like, oh, these taste weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Uh-oh. What's mom putting in these?
she just used the chocolate, so they didn't have as much flavor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I like white chocolate a lot more than regular. I like more vanilla than I do like chocolate in my stuff. Like my grandmother, she'd make fudge every single year. Her fudge was pretty good, but I'm just not a huge chocolate like enjoy. I like white chocolate, even though that's not actual chocolate. It's not. It's what it isn't.
I like chocolate.
What is white chocolate? White chocolate's just like.
Yeah, what is white chocolate?
I mean, didn't you used to work with white chocolate like at one point? Like you used to
Um,
dip stuff in white
I think
chocolate.
that was more like a white fluff.
Is that a white
It's more like
fluff?
a vanilla fluff,
Really? I
like
thought
a
it was always
vanilla
white
dip. I thought it
chocolate.
was more like a vanilla dip.
I don't
I
know.
don't know, maybe not. It might have been a white chocolate.
I could have swore it was always white chocolate
It might have been.
that you'd
I don't
yeah.
know. I didn't really eat those ones.
Oh,
I was waiting for the
I
chocolate dip.
loved all of them. I loved eating them all the time. Let's see. So you said your favorite thing to do was sneak out with your dad.
Yeah, what about
So
you?
I said Christmas baking,
Christmas
but I
baking.
guess I wanna like favorite like Christmas memory. Uh, my favorite Christmas memory was always waiting for Santa to come at
Oh, I
night.
know.
Was always that. I
Putting the cookies
remember
out.
I remember my sister and I, like growing up, we would sleep in the same bed, kinda. Well, I would sometimes sleep with her. Sometimes, like say if I had a nightmare or whatever,
Yeah.
I'd crawl in with my mom or whatever. We had separate rooms, but I think at the time, my mom wanted us to sleep in the same room to keep us in the same room,
Ah,
so we could, you know,
sneaky.
yeah, because I remember some years, I would come out. I come out of my room on Christmas, Christmas Eve, and I remember some years I would have to go to the bathroom, and so I would open up my door and I would kind of peer out. I would hear noises out in the living room, and I'm like, but I need to pee though. I need to go to the bathroom. Like, but what if I disturb Santa? I don't want to do that. But so yeah, I would go out and not to ruin anyone, but I would see mom and dad putting out Christmas presents by the tree, and I remember being like stopped right after exiting my bedroom door, and basically my mom was averting my eyes away from whatever they were putting out by the Christmas tree
Oh, jeez.
that time. And she was like, "Oh, honey, we're helping Santa right now. Go to the bathroom and go
Santa
back to your
Santa
room.
needs help.
Santa needs help." So she would she would do all in her power to prevent us from seeing what was out there until they were all said and done. I have fond memories of actually going out, like when all was said and done. My sister and I, we would both wake up at like 3 a.m. and we would actually go by the Christmas tree and actually like scout a little bit. We would be in awe looking at all the Christmas presents all laid out.
I know, like, wow, how did that
Yeah,
get there?
it was such a cool experience. Um, just go out there and like kind of shake our presents a little bit, like, oh my God, like Santa brought us this, Santa brought us that, just kind of see the spread of it all. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun memories doing that. I remember another year. So the year that my mom kept my sister and I in the same bed, uh, I don't know what we were hearing, but my sister and I, we were so anxious about like Christmas time and like Santa when he's gonna be here, that at the old house that we were living in, uh, we heard what was uh, it was like thuds on top of the roof. We would hear like this thud, thud, and we thought it was Santa Claus, um, like stomping on top of the roof to let us know that he was there.
Oh, so you wouldn't be peeking?
Yeah, like we wasn't disturbed, so we would all get super excited. We're like, "Oh my God, he's here!" Like, and then we started hearing noises out in the living room. We're like, oh my God!" Like this is the best time ever. Like just like that anxiousness. Like, oh, we're almost about to get presents. It's
Christmas
almost
morning,
Christmas
man.
Day, and yeah, we'd be super psyched. I remember also in school. I don't know what you did. Did you ever do like any Santa prepping? Like, would you ever do
I think we
anything?
did like reindeer food or
Yeah,
something like that.
reindeer food. Can you run by me what that would consist of? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I think it was some spices, maybe like cinnamon or something.
So I remember making them in the same school that you did growing up. Same school. So I'm pretty sure it was probably the same recipe. I remember glitter.
Oh, I do remember that.
I remember glitter being in this concoction. I remember like the most inedible things were thrown into a bag, and the teachers were just like, "Yep, that's reindeer food. So on Christmas Eve, throw it out in your yard, and the reindeer will come and eat it." And I'm like, "Yep, sure, sounds good to me." And so yeah, I threw this glitter
Oh yeah, I
concoction.
did too. Throw it out in the
Yeah,
yard.
you threw it out on top of the snow at the time. There was snow on the ground, and I'm like, man, the reindeer are gonna love this. As I throw just like tons of glitter out into the backyard. What were they thinking?
I
what
don't know.
what were they thinking
Because
about
now,
telling us kids throwing out glitter as reindeer food?
I don't know, because they're
Reindeers aren't
magical.
eating that. They're gonna be eating carrots, maybe. I don't know. What are reindeer eating? What are their diets? Not glitter. I'll tell you what.
No.
Maybe that I've talked to a lot of people too about the same exact thing. I think it was only like a Midwest thing where they made reindeer food. I don't know. I talked to a lot of other people that are like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I'm like, "Yeah, we will like shove a ton of glitter in a bag and throw it out into our yard. That would be reindeer food." They're like, "You guys are crazy over there." I'm like, "You're just jealous.
Just jealous.
You're just jealous that you didn't have the hidden concoction that the reindeer loved. You had a sad childhood."
No, I think if anything, you give the reindeer Scooby snacks.
Scooby snacks, yeah. Did you ever have like Scooby? Did you
I
ever?
had those cinnamon
Did you have the
Scooby snack
cinnamon,
things.
the bones like
They
kind?
didn't match up to what I thought they would
No,
be.
well, they weren't bones in the cartoons. They were like
Little
little
circular.
coins. They were like little coins
Yeah, I
that they
know. They'd
would.
be like, I've got five of them, and they'd hold them all with their
Yeah,
fingers.
they would like put them through their fingertips. Just like, do you want one Scooby snack?
Would you
Do
do
you
it
want
for
two
two,
Scooby snacks? Yeah,
three,
they would hold them through their
four?
fingers.
And then Scooby would steal them all from Shaggy.
Hurrah, hurrah.
Oh, okay, Reggie.
But yeah, that was my favorite memory. Just like the anticipation of
No
waiting for
reindeer.
Santa Claus and
Santa's
seeing
reindeer.
the presents. Have you ever ruined a Christmas for someone before? Like your little
No,
sister?
I don't think so.
You never ruined your little sister's like Christmas before? Like tell them like Santa Claus isn't real?
No, I would never do
You
that to
never
them.
did that? my older sister and I we did. We ruined it. Um So I remember this was like 2013 or 14. Um, my little sister, she was being god awful annoying. She was being so insufferable about Christmas coming up, and so she was asking about Christmas presents, and we're just like, oh, well, Santa will get it figured out, but she's like, no, I want this, I want that, yeah, yada yada yada. And so my sister got to the point of I think she was how old was she at that point? Well, wait, when was this? This would have been maybe this would have had to have been like 2013. And so how old was I? No, that doesn't seem right. That seems like way too young for us to ruin. If I'm thinking is the right, and this was like 2014, I would have only been like 15 at this point. And my little sister, she would have had to been like 8.
Yeah.
That 8 or 9 or whatever. That seems like way too young to ruin Christmas for. But okay, I guess we were on that ruining Christmas flow that year because then we told her we're just like, hey, uh, Santa Claus isn't real.
Why would you do that?
My older sister, we did it, and we just like so my little sister she starts bawling.
Why
She
would you
st-
do
she
that? Don't
starts
ruin it
bawling,
for them.
but then we twisted it on her. We're just like, hey, but think about it this way. Now that you know, now you can go pick out all your Christmas gifts right now and go Christmas shopping with us and get everything that you ever wanted. And her eyes lit up like a Christmas tree.
You fucking dirty
Lit up
dog.
like a Christmas. She's like, "Oh, really now?" And quite literally every single year after that, then she went. So how we would do it is when we got to our older years, my mom would send us kids out to go Christmas shop for ourselves and go pick out everything that we ever wanted from Walmart or from the mall or whatever. And yeah, that's what we did. After so us kids, we would run out to the mall, go pick up everything. We'd bring everything back home. Mom would go wrap it, put it
Mm.
under the tree, and we got everything we ever wanted. So it worked out. Um, was it a real asshole thing to do to ruin my little sister's Christmas? Yeah, but in the long run, it worked out better for her,
Well,
I'd say.
good.
Because then she started getting everything that she ever wanted, basically. So, yeah.
Oh man.
Uh, but what I don't think I would ever. So, how long would you keep the facade up for your kids? Like, how long
Until
would.
they figure it out, until they say,
Really?
"Dad,
Until a aha moment, just like.
until they're like, "Dad, I know Santa's not real."
Really? But what if they're.
Depending on the age, if they're like sixth
How.
grade and they're like, "Oh, Santa's real," I'm gonna be like, "Dude, you better knock that off. You're
Really?
gonna
So,
get
like,
beat up."
sixth grade, you'd be
No,
like.
like I don't know. At some age, when I feel like they're old enough to be like, if they're still saying Santa's real, I'm gonna be like, "Dude, you better stop that.
Which
Or you're gonna
which
get
he
bullied."
is. This is all hypothetical. He yeah. All these stories are made up in a video game. Santa Claus is real. Um, for all of our viewers.
Yeah.
So be very nice. Be very nice. He's always watching. Always watching.
Making a list, checking
But
it twice.
I think I figured out. I think 2009. So I would have been like 10 at that point. Uh,
Oh, okay.
it's when my sister she so my mom was under the belief that we still believed in Santa Claus. Um, but my older sister, she knew, but didn't want to ruin it for mom. And but I knew as well because I got the hints overneath the years, like me looking out and seeing mom and dad by the Christmas tree. I'm like, huh, that's strange. And like I knew, but I just didn't want to say anything. It wasn't until my sister got her first phone for Christmas. She got a BlackBerry. She got a BlackBerry. I think she had a flip phone before that, but she got her first official phone when she was like 12 years old. She got a BlackBerry, and I don't know what conversation came up, but my older sister, she's like, "Yeah, I know Santa's not real," and she's like, oh, she was like trying to like guard my ears, like, "What? No, no, he's real." Like thinking I still like thought Santa Claus is real, and I'm like, I chimed in with my sister. I'm like, "Yeah, he's not real. I knew already." And my mom felt so deflated after that point. She was like, "Oh
She's probably like,
man,
"You turds."
like come on." But
She
it worked
probably
out.
enjoyed doing it.
Yeah, oh yeah. As a parent, you kind of would like seeing your kids get the the glimmer. in their
The
eye of being
excitement.
so excited for Santa Claus. I think any parent would be so excited to do that for their
Oh yeah.
kid.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're raised differently, which maybe you wouldn't be so excited.
I'd be
Um,
excited.
yeah, I'd be excited to basically pull one over on my kids for years to come.
I'd make sure that they put out my favorite cookies for Santa. I'd be
Y-
like, Santa likes chocolate chip.
Yeah,
He likes He likes not toll. He likes the
Pillsbury.
Pillsbury
Yeah.
chocolate chip.
Ah,
Make sure you don't burn them. Santa doesn't like burnt cookies.
Santa does not like burnt
And make
cookies.
sure you don't leave the milk out too long. He doesn't like warm milk either.
Uh, confession, I like warm milk.
Does it help you fall asleep?
No. Oh, I like room temperature milk. Because backstory behind that for anyone thinking I'm a psychopath, uh, which
Red flag, everyone. Red flag.
maybe,
Previous episode. Red flag.
maybe
Just kidding.
for some people. But I would do as a kid growing up. I would always get a glass of milk, which is weird for a lot of people. People think milk as a beverage is kind of weird. People are like frown upon it a little bit. People
Some
think it
people.
should be used in like just as ingredients. I don't believe in that logic. I like a glass of milk. I could
Yeah.
kind of see where it's a little weird
I mainly.
drinking it out of a cow's udder. You're drinking.
I usually.
I try. Don't think about it too
I
much.
make
I
fresh
think it's all right.
chocolate chip cookies and I'll drink milk with it, but that's
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. Don't think. I think it's normal. Whatever. You have your own opinions. Um, as a kid, I used to pour a glass of milk. I would take sips of it, and then I would go game for hours, and then I'd come back like 2 hours later, and then finish off the glass of milk.
Ew.
And yeah, so it just sit
Ew.
out on the counter.
That's not my thing.
It would just sit out on the counter for like 2 hours, and then I
I
come back
hate
to it.
lukewarm milk.
See, I'm not a
Room
big fan of
temperature
cold
milk.
things. Not a big fan of cold things.
Oh, I get you.
So, like a
I
good
understand.
majority of things in my life, just because of my sensitive gums, because I'm a little baby, I guess.
No,
Um,
you're just.
I have those sensitive gums that have plagued me in my whole entire life, and so whenever I would eat cold things, it was almost like chewing into like chewing just on a straight block of ice. I would always be in pain, like.
Oh, I understand. Then.
But then you have that initial pain, and then you get over it. You're just like, all right, and now it's warm now, and
Just a little
now it's
sensitivity.
great. But it's always like pins and needles, like eating cold things or like drinking cold things. So I much prefer room temperature things over, or even hot things over cold things any day of the week. That's why I love coffee. That's why I love regular black coffee, or like just hot coffee in general, just because it's warm. It's nice. It's something I'm not like getting a brain freeze constantly
Right, right.
after having. Because like you'd ever take a good bite out of an ice cream before, then you kind of get like a little shocked
Teeth
from
hurt.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, your teeth hurt after maybe a little bit,
But
and it's not a pleasant time. So I like warm things.
I'd say I like my pop cold. Like it's
I
got to be
like
ice cold.
lukewarm pop too. I like everything
Oh.
lukewarm.
Oh.
Everything. I'll drink it. I'll drink it cold. But if I had to, like when I fly in a plane, they usually give you a glass of ice and a pop on the side, like a can of pop where they'll pour it. I'm like, hey, um, I want like a diet coke or whatever. Hold the ice though. No ice.
Oh, okay.
Just pour the straight pop into the glass, and I'm good. That's
She
good
probably
enough for
thinks
me.
that you're trying to get more pop out of it. Because they probably fill it up with ice so they can get more pop
There's something to that
spread.
too.
You know what I
Th-
mean? Like they only give you like half of a can of pop.
There's also logic to that too, where I think I'm getting ripped off if I take the ice in there too. And
They'll fill it up with ice.
plus ice ruins the experience of it because if you let it sit out too long, the
Gets
ice is
watered
gonna
down.
thaw, and then you water down the product. So if you have nothing in the product, it's better, you know. But you could also just put cans of pop in the fridge
I do like fountain pop though. Like it doesn't
Yeah,
melt. It doesn't melt like if you put ice in a pop at home.
fountain pop's way different. But have you ever had a watered down fountain pop before? It tastes bad.
Yeah, that's
Tastes
why
real bad.
I always put a lot of ice in. Like I know I'm not getting as much pop, but I'll
Ooh,
put a lot more
the
ice.
good ice is that
The
good.
little
The little,
tiny Casey's
yeah,
usually
the
has
little
it.
crunchable ice.
I
Oh
think
my
Quick Star's
lord.
got it too.
I think Come and Go also has it
Yeah,
too.
that's oh, I love that
Yeah,
ice.
I think they have them both. I think that
Sometimes I like to sip the side without a straw and you just kind of like drink it through the
I
ice.
usually prefer drinks with no straws.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do that. I'll just
I
sip.
usually just drink it out of the glass. Like whenever I go to a dine-in experience, like a Red Lobster or something, I'll usually just drink it. Like they'll hand me a straw, but I usually don't use a straw. I just drink it out of the glass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
do that too.
It's a preference still.
I do that too sometimes.
It's a preference thing. I don't know. I just like sipping out of a glass or a plastic
Probably
cup
lasts
more than I
longer if
do
you're
a
sipping it.
than do I do a straw. I don't know why. Don't know why. Kind of over the years I've more appreciated sipping out of the glass. I don't know. Man, we were talking about Christmas. Then we started
Yeah,
getting off on
that's all right.
tangents
It's kind
on.
of a Christmas episode. It's got
Oh
some
yeah,
Christmas elements.
we're all festive. We're all good. We're all ready for Christmas.
We hope you guys are
I
too.
got our Christmas decorations up. I got the lights decorated around my mounted fish in my room.
You got your ugly Christmas sweater?
I do have my ugly Christmas sweater. I should
Well,
have
all right.
wore it. I went out last night. I probably should have wore it last night. I did not. But I definitely will this week.
There you go.
I will wear it this week. I'll wear it loud and proud. It is a deer with sunglasses on, and the deer also has a Christmas sweater on, and it has like a little koozie in the center area,
Oh,
so
heck yeah.
you can hold a drink in the middle of it,
A beverage,
a
a glass
beverage,
beverage,
a beverage of choice, or a can maybe, depends on how careful
a
you are.
cosmic IPA.
Yeah, Cosmic IPA. Maybe there'll be a little bit of that come when I go out next, whenever. Um,
Well,
but yeah, well, happy holidays to
Merry
everyone.
Christmas.
Hope you guys are
Happy
having
holidays.
a great Christmas day.
Good
Um,
food and family.
good food, family. We always love breakfast things in the morning. Always, we always make like an egg bake in the morning. Good stuff. We might just do pizza this year. Usually order a come and go pizza or whatever.
Oh,
We've been
there you
doing
go.
that for a few years now. But everyone, safe travels. Safe travels, especially if you live on the East Coast. They've been getting hammered recently as the time. I think the last time I saw they had like 5 feet of snow over there, especially if you're by the lakes. It has been real bad over on
Did
the
you hear
East
there was
Coast.
an earthquake like yesterday?
In Cali?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Luckily there wasn't
It
a
was like a
tsunami.
magnitude like 7 or 8
Yeah,
or
luckily there
whatever.
wasn't a tsunami. That could have been bad.
Yeah, people.
And we're a little early on this episode.
Yeah,
'Cause
people were showing the images of that, and it did like little waves or whatever. There was nothing to it.
good.
I felt like I
That's
would have
good.
heard more about it, but yeah, I
Well,
saw
if
it.
there was a tsunami, you would have heard about it.
Yeah, I saw a little bit on my Twitter feed about it, and it just didn't make
I
any.
think where it hit, it didn't really damage anything, which is good.
No, it hit like Southern California, I think, and I don't know where exactly the fault lines are in California.
Sounds like it was in a good spot though.
But yeah, it was a good
Didn't do
spot.
any damage.
There was very little news. It wasn't really in my radar. Some of the Californian people I would talk to, they weren't really talking about it either. So it was just a very
It was a nonchalant 7.2.
non-threatening kind of deal. But yeah, other than that, everyone have a great rest
Merry
of your holiday.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We will see. Uh, we will
Might
probably
take a week off
we might take a week or
for New
two
Year's.
off for the New Year's and just to kind of recuperate from that. But we'll catch you probably in the next week or two.
Hopefully, have some good New Year's Eve stories.
Yeah, yeah. So everyone, we'll see you in the new year, and hopefully we make it.
Yeah, we'll see you next year.
And we'll see you, and we'll catch you with next time on the Midwest Take. Hopefully discussing our New Year's resolutions with you guys. Everyone, take care. Have a great night,
Later,
and
players.
we'll see you around. Bye bye.